Let's take flight.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Let's Take Flight. And today I want to try something a little different. As you can see, I'm not on camera. I'm just recording some audio right now. Just driving down the road and talking. And I was just sitting here thinking, this is when I get most of my video ideas, when I'm driving down the road. Y'all know I'm a truck driver, right? I told y'all in many videos. But obviously I can't be filming myself while I'm driving, so y'all just gonna have to deal with my voice right now. But anyway, the points and miles game is it could be a very complex topic, right? But for us guys that actually enjoy it, or guys and girls that actually enjoy it, it's more like a hobby for us. For us, it's a way to travel. It's a way to earn cash back. It's a way to. It's something you can use as a tool to help you achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, right? And me personally, I like to use my points and miles and cash back for travel. For, in my case, high-end luxury travel. But that's just me. So, the only reason why I want to have this conversation today is because, as y'all can see, I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I've been traveling globally for the past couple of years now. And now my friends and family are finally starting to see what I'm doing, Like when I first started, I wasn't really talking about what I was doing much. I was going on vacation, but I wasn't really vocal about how I was going to these places, how I was making these redemptions. So now my friends and family are starting to see, oh wow, dang, Chief's going to Southeast Asia. He's going to this place. He's going to South America. He's flying business class. He seems to be doing this very often. And for someone that's not in this credit card game, you just automatically assume that people are spending an enormous amount of money to do these things, right? So people think that you have more money than you really have, So, when my friends and family ask me, hey, she's like, how are you doing this, right? And then when I tell them, well, I'm in the points and miles game. And if they decide to ask more about that, it's never a short, straight to the point answer. Well, how did you do that? And the easiest way that I explain it, I just say, okay, well, all I do is I use credit cards that's going to give me the most points back for the things that I have to spend money on anyway. I mean, that's the gist of it, right? I mean, that's pretty much what it is. The next thing they ask me, oh, what credit card do you have? And I said, well, I have multiple, but as soon as I mention one, they said, okay, so if I get that card, then I can do this. I can travel business class. I can go to this place, that place for free. I'm like, see, not exactly. It depends on you and your situation. It depends on your setup. I said, this is where we have to go down the rabbit hole. And this is where sometimes I lose people that's not 100%, can't 100% wrap their head around how this is done. You notice people that's in this hobby, you're going to be talking to probably 3 different people. Could be family members, friends, or whatever. It's going to be 3 type of people. You're going to have the elder, right? You're going to have the elder that may be stuck in their ways, right? They have been doing things a certain type of way all their life, and they are not willing to accept new information in their brain when it comes to credit cards and stuff like that, right? Some people that think like this thinks credit cards are evil. You know, like they don't see the point, you know, they don't really see the point in having multiple credit cards. No, 12, 13, 14, 15 credit cards to them just seems absurd, right? And then you got the younger person. You got the younger person that's doesn't really know much about credit cards. Now it's going to be easier for you to give this information to them, but they may not have the income or discipline to be able to execute effectively when it comes to this points and miles game. You know, so you really got to be careful how you give your information to certain people, you know, and then you might be talking to the person that's just reckless. You got the reckless individual that they will do whatever just to get some type of benefit at that moment and not even thinking about the consequences. You know, these are the people that would apply for a credit card and they want the highest limit. They maxing it out. They not paying their credit cards balance down every month. They paying the bare minimum and they trying to do it all over again and do it again and do it again until they can't do it no more. And you got them asking you, how can I travel for free? Like it's some type of scam, a scheme that you're doing, right? These are most likely the three people that you're going to encounter when you're trying to explain this to people that's not in this game and don't know how it operates, right? You got to be really careful of how you explain this to them. And but it's certain things that you have to ask yourself if you want to get into this game. For one, like I said before, you got to ask yourself, what's the goal? What's your goal for one? You know, that's the very first thing. What is your goal? Is your goal to travel more? Just travel? Is your goal to travel domestically? Is your goal to travel internationally? Is your goal to travel in luxury? Is your goal to travel internationally but cheap as possible? Is your goal to travel for free? Is your goal to travel with family? You know, do you value lounge access? Who do you fly with? Do you mind, you know, do you only fly with Delta? Do you only fly with United? Does it not matter to you at all? You just want to fly whoever's going to give you the cheapest? Or are you going to fly with just whoever's going to give you the most luxury? You have to ask yourself all of these questions. Do you not want to fly at all? Are you a person that does cruises? You just want to do cruises? You have to ask yourself all of this. You know, do you like to stay in hotels or do you like to stay at Airbnbs? Do you like Marriott? Would you rather stay at Hilton's, IHG? You know, all these questions you have to ask yourself because all of that is going to determine what your credit card setup is going to look like. Right? Also got to ask yourself, do you even want to travel at all? There's some people that's in this credit card points and miles game that don't do no travel. All they do, they have a cash back setup. And they got multiple credit cards that give them cash back on all of their everyday purchases. And they take that cash back and use it for whatever they want to use it for. Some people take that money and invest it in the stock market or put it in a IRA for retirement and build on it that way. You know, you got some people that just do this cash back game just to have extra money around the Christmas holidays. So that's the one thing I love about this game is there's a strategy for everyone. There's a strategy for everyone. If you are disciplined. If you are disciplined, obviously you got to have good credit to even apply for these credit cards. Right? But if you're disciplined, if you know how to pay your credit cards off on time every single month, this game can be very beneficial for you. So like I said, you got to ask yourself all of them questions, you know. Then you got to be ready and willing to do what it takes to be able to 100% benefit from this game. And like I was just saying, are you willing to pay your credit cards off on time? Now, I understand that life happens, but if you out here carrying over a balance, if you out here not paying your credit cards on time, accruing late fees, getting charged interest, you're defeating the whole purpose of this, right? You should not be putting money on that card unless that money is in your savings account or checking account. That's the best way to keep yourself in check, because some people don't have as much discipline. See, I got a lot of credit cards. I don't have as many as some other people in this game. You know, I'm probably I got about, I think I'm at 12 cards right now, right? Now, I use all of them, by the way. So, you know, there's some people out there that only get credit cards strictly for their welcome bonus, and then they throw them in the sock drawer. And they might use the cards every now and then just so the bank won't close them, right? Now, you know, if you're a hardcore points and miles person, you will probably be cool with doing that. I'm not at that point yet. You know, I'm still at the point in my life now where I still want to keep a great relationship with the banks, while at the same time still earning a lot of points that's going to help me achieve my goal of luxury travel. So, I'm not saying I would never get to this point, but as of now, I'm just earning points. I'm just getting credit cards that's going to give me the most points back on my everyday spend, and on just things in general that I spend money on. And my goal is for those cards to be in my rotation every day. Like, I only have 2 sock drawer cards, and that's my US Bank State Farm card and my Apple card, really. Oh yeah, and I got a Freedom Unlimited card by Chase, but I'm an authorized user on that. So I got 3 sock drawer cards, but I still use those cards. I still use them. I just, you know, got automatic bills coming out of those credit cards, you know, so it's not in my wallet per se, but I still use those cards every month religiously to pay certain bills, right? It's just set on auto pay, so I don't gotta think about it. But again, there's some people out there that get credit cards and don't use them at all. They get that bonus, they sock drawer them, and every year they gotta pull them out the sock drawer and put something on the card just so they won't get closed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet. I don't know if I really want to be there. I like where I'm at now. So you got to ask yourself, you know, are you willing to have enough discipline to pay your credit cards on time, right? Are you disciplined enough to have multiple credit cards that have thousands and thousands of dollars on it? Because if I was to add up the maximums of all my cards, it would be well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of credit that I can use. Some people don't have that type of discipline. Some people are just going to see that and just ball out. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me ask y'all guys this, you know, because this is another thing. Are you guys out there intrigued or fascinated with luxury cards? For instance, the American Express Platinum card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. What's another one? The Venture X card. Like, these are like luxury cards. The Ritz-Carlton card, the Marriott Brilliant card, right? These are all high-end luxury cards, right? Because I had somebody else I know that's not in the points and miles game, but they see what I'm doing and they want to be, they want to get involved. And you know, the first thing he told me was, I'm gonna go get the business platinum. Now, in his defense, this guy does have a business. He has a legitimate business that he's been running for the past 10 years. So, you know, he has an EIN and all of that. So he's legit. However, just me being in the points and miles game, I I'm trying to convince him not to do that yet, right? Because see, I have the platinum card. I have the personal platinum, and I love that card. I love everything about that card. As of now, even with the hefty $900 annual fee, that card still is extremely beneficial for the way I travel. But the guy that I know, this is one of my best friends. I've known him forever, since we were teenagers. I know pretty much what spending categories that he spends a lot of his money in. I mean, he buys flights every now and then, but that's not the main category of his business spend, right? And he hasn't really traveled that much to justify a $900 annual fee card for the business. And, you know, I was also trying to explain to him about the family language. See, these are things that you're not going to know if you're not in the points and miles game. Most people you don't even know what family language is. Family language is pretty much the idea that, let's just take American Express. American Express, for example. If your goal is to apply for American Express cards, you want to start at the bottom of whatever family of cards that you're getting. You know, every bank has a different family of cards, right? If you take American Express, you have the charge card family. So what is that? That is the American Express green card, it's the American Express gold card, and then the American Express platinum card. You have the business versions and the personal versions of both. That's one family, right? Then you got, let's just say, the Marriott cards, Marriott Bevy, the Marriott Brilliant. That's another family. Then you got the Hilton family. You got the Hilton Honors card, the Hilton Surpass, and you got the Hilton Inspire. That's another family. All in the American Express, 3 different families, right? And then you got the cashback family. You got the American Express Blue Cash, and then you got the big brother of the Blue Cash. I think it's the Blue Cash Preferred or something like that. That's another family. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to get the welcome bonus, as many welcome bonuses as possible, it's best that you start at the bottom. Now, fortunately for me, because I started this game back in 2020, this is before family language. Now I can never get the welcome bonus for the green unless I do the whole downgrade upgrade game. But again, that's a whole nother. We're gonna go into that later. So I tell you, it's a rabbit hole with this points and miles game, you know. So anyway, I'm trying to convince him that, you know, maybe getting the business platinum is not the smartest thing to do yet. Not saying you should never do it, but I just know how he travels. And when he does travel, he likes to stay at Airbnbs. He's an Airbnb guy, right? He doesn't really, you know, I'm a hotel guy. So I'm like, okay, you being an Airbnb guy, you would probably be better with the American Express green card. You're going to get 3, if you want to be an American Express ecosystem, 3x back on anything travel. Anything. Car rentals, buses, trains, hotels, flights, vacation rentals, which would be considered Airbnb. All 3x back. So he would probably make a killing with the green card and then maybe getting the business platinum. But to get the business platinum up top doesn't make any sense because of the family language, you know. But these are the things that it'd be kind of hard to explain to people that's not in the game, you know. For someone like me that, you know, I spend a lot of money. I don't spend a lot of frivolous money. I just have a lot of expenses. You know, I own a home. I have bills, you know. So last year I had to replace my AC unit. Now it was over 10 grand. So when you have a home and you got to fix stuff like that, it's easy to hit that $15,000 spend to get that free night. Heck, next year I got another major project I got to do with my house. That's definitely going to cost thousands of dollars. So I'm gonna probably hit it again next year after that. So again, if you're really strategic about these things, you're able to capitalize. So, and if you know about the Hilton free nights, you can use them at any Hilton. It's not like Marriott where you're capped at 85,000 points. You can use these free night rewards at any Hilton, low end or high end. And obviously it's better to go for the high end hotels if possible, right? You want that experience. So yeah, my AC went out last year. I put over $10,000 on that card just on that one purchase to get the AC unit repaired. On top of all my other normal spending I do throughout the year, I well surpassed $15,000. Next year, I got to replace my gutters, and I'm going to repaint my house. And I have to do this. I have to do this stuff anyway. Just both of those major things alone will probably take me close to that $15,000 on top of my regular spend every year. You see what I'm saying? Year after that, who knows hopefully I don't have to do anything else after that, but I got a feeling that year after that, I might have some roofing work to do. Because my house is getting at that point now where, that the house was built in 2008. Things are finally starting to break, so I'm having to put some money back into my home, so, these are things you got to pay for anyway. Why not get some type of benefit from all of this spend? Thank goodness I'm in a position where I'm not charging this stuff that carried over balance. Again, all of this takes discipline because I'm able to pay for these things. I'm able to put this stuff on credit cards and then go in my account to pay the credit card off that next couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm able to take the points and the benefits and everything that comes along with that. So these are the people that the credit card game is for. This game is not for everybody. Everybody is not meant to do things like this, and that's fine. It's okay. Everybody doesn't have good credit, and that's okay. Everybody doesn't want to travel. That's okay. Everybody doesn't want a cash back setup. That's okay. Heck, there's even ways to get cash back without credit cards. Like I said, there is something for everybody. If you got horrible credit, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to make a video about that next. If y'all want to hear it, I think that would be a good topic. I'm going to give y'all some secrets on how you can earn how you can earn reward points for travel or cash back without even having a credit card, because it is possible. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man, because this video is kind of all over the place, but I kind of just wanted to just have a conversation about just points in my house game and how it's not as hard as you might think, but it's also not as easy as you might think either. But there's something for everyone in this game. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you got any other videos or conversation you would like to hear next, just let me know and we can talk about it. Meanwhile, we appreciate y'all time and see y'all in the next one. Safe travels.